Yah says, or Yah said to me when I woke up and I was recording the dream, Kenya also has trafficking like this. Kenya is a country that has this kind of trafficking besides Nigeria. But he says that the girls for Kenya tend to end up trafficked internationally more than locally. They're the ones who go for work jobs and they end up doing hideous things in the Emirates and all over Europe without the knowledge of their family. South Africa also has an entrenched, that means an embedded, well-established human trafficking system. You need to go and watch the dream that I had about South Africa. It was talking about human trafficking, that more than 600 children or 600 children will be found at one time. A large group of children will be discovered involved in human trafficking. Something like that has already happened. They found about 400 children, something involving Zimbabwe and the border. But what I know is that God says that South Africa is a human trafficking hub. It branches out, he says, all the way even into North Africa. That's how they traffic girls to Italy and the rest of Europe. They use Tunisia and Libya as transportation routes, promising jobs, promising modeling careers, and things like that. They buy plane tickets and then you land and they take your passport away, and then you're an undocumented immigrant in a foreign place. You go somewhere like France and you can't speak the language. You're hungry, you're homeless. You will almost have no choice but to follow those men to wherever they're going. And when you get there, it's a nightmare to get out. European men coming in day after day, night after night, and you can't rest. Strangers that you don't know, committing the sexual immorality against the body that God says it's a sin against your body. You do it to your own body. God says it's a sin, and now other people are piling on to do their part. South Africa has an entrenched human trafficking system, God is saying, and one of the most sophisticated rape mechanisms in the world. A mechanism is a method, or actually it's a tool that has been set up to perform a function. Did you hear the word that God put in front of a tool that performs a function smoothly, because it was created to do that? The word he put in front of mechanism was rape. So South Africa has a smoothly functioning way or tool to facilitate rape. What is it? The victim will be watched in her area for weeks or even months to learn her schedule, to identify who she moves around with, to know her movements and where she prefers to be. That means if you like parties, they're following you to those parties. You're going to the parties with your friend, and the rapist is appearing at the party as a random guy that just says, "Hey, how are you?" Introduces himself to you as a new friend that you're making. But he's your future rapist. Something like that. The Lord said that girls get identified as a next victim while there is no clue in their mind that somebody even from their own neighborhood, for it is usually somebody who knows them, somebody who likes them, is watching them in preparation to do this heinous, hideous, and destroying crime to them. Saudi Arabia is a rape trafficking place for African girls, as well as London, Paris, and other famous spots where girls would like to go to pursue modeling careers and to make money. Yah says, you put your hand in a trap when you got there. You take a risk. You put your hand in a trap when you go there. You take a risk. You can even be sold by a family member without your knowledge and find yourself drugged and carried to a whorehouse where someone will use you all your days as you are sold and resold and resold without end. Greed will be the destruction of many females, but the wickedness is in the hearts of men. So now Yah is talking about systematic watching of women, identifying just as they did in the first dream. Have you seen this baby?